Yeah, wow. Welcome to the show. I'm really glad to have you on. Curious to hear a bunch about your music and your creative journey and all that. Yeah, happy you could make it. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm very good. Thank you for having me. I'm
Yeah,
very
my pleasure.
excited to have this talk with you.
Nice. Yeah, likewise. Yeah, as said, I'm really curious. I mean, we ran into you on socials and we saw like a lot of nature imagery, also
Uh,
combined with like music and um, you were from Madeira, right? Originally?
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, so it's a place I've never been to, but I really like to go there once also for the nature there, which seems to be pretty amazing. So
It is.
I saw those things and we thought like, yeah, this is something we want to have a talk with you. And before we chat away about everything that comes up, I'm just curious, how would you like describe what you do creatively yourself to start with?
I do neoclassical piano compositions. Um, just for now, just solo piano songs.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I'm sure we'll hear a lot about it, how that came up and all that stuff. But something that really stood out to me when we listened to the songs and also when we checked your socials and stuff is that like calm, peaceful approaches, of course, fits
Mhm.
very well with the type of music you're making. Um, has it always like been a part of like the music you listened to and you enjoyed when you were younger as well, or how did that find its way into your
Uh,
life, basically?
no, I wanted to be a rapper.
Really?
Yes.
That's
The
quite the opposite.
yes, the first um, real music that I wanted to make was rap music.
Huh?
Which I got into primary school because I started to listen to a lot of Eminem and started to memorize his songs a lot. So this piano calm music only came 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe.
Wow. All right. That's interesting. How did that like shift for you then? Like, what happened 2 years ago that you found your way in a completely different like direction?
um, Expression. I think I'm not suitable to be a rapper due to my personality, but I think it's the coolest thing ever. I went to Kendrick Lamar concerts this summer and I just wanted to quit piano and do rapper. But expression, always liked piano sound, how it sounded in my head. And I started, the first instrument that I played was actually guitar,
Okay.
but then I quit because my fingers hurt too much.
Really? Yeah.
So I started piano. That's the story, pretty
Uh,
much.
Are the fingers hurting less when you do the piano?
Yes, for sure.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
That's good to know. I played quite some guitar, so I have an idea what you're talking about. It's like the positions you have to put your fingers in, like
Yes,
cramped and
yes.
stuff, you mean?
Oh
Mm,
my God.
yeah.
Uh, nothing hurts, let's say, in piano.
Okay. Okay, that's good. What age did you start the guitar then? What was that like your first instrument or?
Yes, it was my first instrument, and I started only because my crush in high school
Mm.
um, came to class one day, and she did a presentation with guitar, and she sang "Mad World" by Gary Jules,
Uh-huh.
and that was the moment I decided I need to try this. I want to do this.
You want to impress her with like being able to play it or
Maybe as well a bit.
what?
That
Yeah.
didn't work out in the end, but I, I remember that was the defining moment for me that I want to pick an instrument and start to play.
How old were you then? Like in high school?
Uh, 14, 15,
Yeah.
maybe.
No. And before that, like when you were younger, was music always like part of your life already before that? Like in the house maybe where you lived,
Uh,
or
yeah.
did you
I,
encounter it elsewhere?
I think it started when my dad bought his first computer in the house,
Mm-hmm.
and I started to watch a lot of anime music videos, which they put songs like 3 Days Grace, Linkin Park, Simple Plan. This is like 15 years ago, 16 years
Yeah.
ago. together with anime clips.
That's funny. Yeah.
And so I started to watch a lot of these clips, and then I got an MP3, and then I couldn't be separated from my MP3 every day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Did you encounter the music because of the anime? Were you into anime first or
Uh, I think both.
the other way
I
around?
think anime first, and then I
Mm.
encountered the music,
Yeah, that's
and
cool. Yeah.
I still keep the anime with me today, and the
Yeah,
music.
that's it's really cool that you like then discover music through like other like cultural art forms basically. It's really cool that that's like the journey that you then went and that through that you discovered playing music yourself then as well in some way. Yeah. So if I got you correct, like 14, 15, you started guitar and then
Exactly.
the rapper phase came in at some point.
Yes, I think it helped me a lot. I used to stutter a lot when I spoke, and just memorizing these songs and singing them out loud made me feel more confident. And then I memorized. I don't know. I still to this day I still memorize rap songs a lot, and um, having this complete opposite from the calm piano songs that I make, I think um, helped me in a way to expand, let's say.
Was it going parallel then for you, the piano and the rap, basically? Like, did you do it at the same time or did the piano come later
No,
then?
no, no. Piano just came later. Yeah,
All right.
no,
All
no.
right.
Yeah,
It's really cool to hear that it like helped you in such a deep personal development way as well to, you know, do the rap thing.
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that it helped you with like confidence and it sounds to me like a very powerful way that music already helps you shape in
Mm,
your personal development. That's really cool. Um, did then the nature and the environmental things that I see on your pages now, did they play a role early in your life already as well? Or how did they, like, were you always an outdoor kid or how did they make their way into your life and now in your art as well?
uh, also, no, I didn't used to care about. I mean, I was always outdoor kid, riding bikes, playing football. But
Mm,
at some point, especially in high school and secondary school, I was isolated a lot in my house. And then the nature came back recently.
mm,
But somehow it always stood with me, I guess, inside somewhere.
yeah. But it clicked more like recently or something to another
Yeah, and
level.
I was really lucky to be born in a place with so much beautiful landscapes
Mm,
and ocean and mountains.
yeah. Yeah, because if I got it correct, you were born on Madeira, but you're living
Yes,
in
yes,
Croatia now, right?
exactly, yes.
Yeah. All right. What made you decide like to move?
Love a person.
Love.
I met
It's a
someone.
strong thing. It
Yes.
gets you to move. It gets you to start playing the guitar. It's like
Yes, exactly.
it's crazy.
But this time it worked out, uh,
Nice.
hopefully for me.
That's great for you. Man. Yeah. How long are you
I
in Croatia now?
1 year now. It's 1 year. I moved 1 year ago. I met, Corana. Her name is Corana. I met her. She came to Madeira in Erasmus program, and I met her there.
That's cool. Were you in the same studies then as well, then like in Madeira?
Uh, no, it was, art, specific Erasmus for 1 week.
Okay. Oh, 1 week. That's also like not like half a year or something. So you really
Yeah,
ran
yeah.
into each other. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and I went there to visit people that I knew. I wasn't
Hmm.
part of the project. And so I only went in the last 2 days and we only met in the last 2 days, basically.
Yeah, that's proper life magic, right?
Yeah, I
How
guess.
those things happen. Yeah. How are
Yeah.
you like feeling now grounding in like yeah, European mainland, so to say. Yeah, in
About
Croatia.
Croatia,
Yeah.
I want to leave.
Yeah.
We want to leave Croatia soon
Mm.
and maybe go to Switzerland or Vienna.
Mm,
She likes Vienna more, but I like Switzerland.
mm.
We have to
That's a
speak about this.
discussion to be had. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh, but it sounds like continuing of an adventure. Are you
Mhm.
missing home in that sense? Like, are you missing like Madeira in ways, or is it not that reason that you're leaving then?
Yeah, I miss my parents and my family for sure, but it helped me a lot to grow. I think leaving my house was really hard at the time. I told my parents 2 months before I left, or 1 month, and my mom started to cry. Um, but looking back now, 1 year after I left my house, I don't regret it, and it made me appreciate a lot of things that happened.
Yeah. Were you like scared to leave, or more like excited for it?
Excited, excited.
Excited.
Yeah,
Cool. Then it's especially good that it worked out so far. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh, so if you think about like nature making its way back then in the past years, what do you feel like sparked that connection with nature more in the past couple of years?
Um, the way I changed over the years, and the way I found expression in music, and the way I found the way I kind of is isolated myself a bit from everything, and really got into spending time alone, and spending time writing or composing, and just looking at the sky or being somewhere in nature. Really changed me, you know. I think if people from secondary school, primary school, and high school saw the way I changed now, they wouldn't believe how I changed, like how much.
Mhm.
Just because I was always extrovert, you know.
So you feel like that's a flip then compared to
Yeah,
now?
yeah, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Do you feel like you were genuinely extrovert then, or was it more like, I don't know, insecurity or nervosity or like something else that made you feel like you needed to be extrovert and now you feel more calm within or so? Because that's something I recognize more like for myself that I get older, that I feel like, oh yeah, I feel like I can be more at ease and at peace with who I actually am and I don't need to or something. But I don't know, it can be very different for you, of course.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I had this need of impressing people. In classes, for example, being the clown of the class, let's say,
Yeah.
and entertaining people. I don't know.
Yeah.
And now I feel happy with myself and calm, and I don't have this need anymore. So completely changed me, really.
It's beautiful. Yeah. I also think it's like for myself, maybe it's like the yeah, a bit like life mission for humans. Like it's good to change, you know? It's like evolution on a personal level. Um and I think for me personally in the past years I would have found that scary maybe, but now I really see it as a good thing if people can like evolve and change a lot, because it's like just evolution and experiencing different things and looking at things
Hmm.
differently, getting a broader view. So yeah, I find it a lot of respect also for that you're open to it and seeing that and going so consciously about it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. If you think about like maybe people that are in that situation now that they're like searching a bit, maybe also in their creativity, because I
Hmm.
hear you say like, I found a way that resonates more or makes more sense also for music and art now in the past years. So if people are in that situation now, what would you like advise them to do, or what helped you to find that calm and that rest a bit more?
For people that want to do music specifically, or
Yeah, or maybe just in their personal life, something else is also possible. I think, yeah, it will find a way in how people want to express themselves. I guess for some that's music, maybe for others maybe something else. But
um, in intention, I think that it all comes from your intention. Even if you're creating popular music or mainstream music, what's the point of getting being rich or having millions of streams and euros and all this fame if you're not connecting and if you're not helping others. Um, so looking into from my perspective, I used to do music that was about my pain and a bit of my suffering, and now it changed from, okay, why do I want to speak about myself if I can do music to help other people? What kind of energy am I putting out there? And that will come back to me at some point. And I feel like if people are lost and they don't know what to do in their lives and they feel um, which direction to go, just stop a bit, think, um, what are your intentions in this world as a human being?
Beautiful. Yeah. Now that we're talking on attention, actually, I made a quick note on something that I read on your Bandcamp profile.
Okay.
You wrote there, "I am love, I am life, I am the expression of everything and nothing. I am positive, I am energy, I solely yet utterly am." It's all almost meditative, or like a,
Mm,
how do you say it? Like a kind of a mantra or something you tell
uh-huh.
yourself in some way. So I'm just curious, like, what does that line mean to you, and yeah, how did it make its way on your profile, on your bio?
It's a way to remind myself of stop feeling sorry for myself, pretty much. Stop. There's so many things going in the world right now. Why my worries are nothing compared to everything going on in the world. And I have an opportunity. I have freedom. I live in a peaceful country. What will I do with this opportunity? Will I take advantage of it and use the tools that I have in my disposal, or will I cry about it and not do anything?
Mm,
And leaving my house and really made me appreciate this freedom that I always had, but I never really appreciated. I always took it for granted in a way.
mm, yeah. Does it help you then to like move and be in very different um areas and surroundings and realize like that things can be very different elsewhere, or it was something else that like made you help with that insight?
No, I go outside. For example, I see a homeless person, uh, you know, and I think to myself, if I made a few different decisions in my life, that could be me in that position. You know, we live in with this idea that we are different, or that we don't need to help each other, or we should live for ourselves and for our family, which is good. But where do we live? We don't live in countries or cities. We live in one planet. We all live on the same planet, and we are existing at the same time, uh, at this exact same point. Even we having this conversation now, and the universe exists for millions of years. What's the odds of us being here now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I agree.
Yeah.
I recently watched this I think it's called Life on Earth or something, and it's like this
Uh-huh.
timeline documentary where it starts with 3.5 billion years ago, the first life on Earth like started, and it goes through all the mass extinctions that happened on the Earth and what causes it, and that there is at some point like this plankton, which is like the smallest life form almost, and then
Okay.
there's too much plankton in the sea, and that causes massive storms, and that causes like 90% of all species to die out basically.
Mm.
And then you get the dinosaurs, and they roam the planet for 60 million years or something. And
Oh.
then you get human beings, and we are here for, what is it, 40,000 or 400,000 years,
Yeah, yeah,
something like that,
yeah.
which is a blink of an eye. And I think, we really created this reality that we all live in, which feels like, oh yeah, these are the things you have to do. This is like a normal, stable life and those kind of things. But it's crazy if you think about how long life is on this planet, what you just said, like, and what
Exactly.
is one human being's life. Like, we made it very much individual,
Hmm.
even though, you know, we are all together on this earth. And yeah, it's crazy to think how we are entitled to certain things, but we also
Hmm.
have just a huge amount of luck to be born in the right area, maybe, or, in the right
Exactly.
zip
Yes.
code, having the luck that
Hmm.
we're in a peaceful area, or, no hunger,
Hmm.
things like that.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Completely agree.
Yeah. If you talk about like intention and your music, then I think you already touched on it for a moment, that you now write with the intention of how does it help the
Hmm.
listeners. How do you then translate what you feel? Which I think for a lot of musicians, you have to have a feeling or a certain mood, and then you translate that into music, and
Hmm.
then other people may like it or not. How do you connect that with writing for someone else, for them to help them, if you get what I mean? How do you connect your personal feelings in writing with, like, writing for the listener, if that makes sense?
I think for us, composers of piano music, we don't have. There's no words, so there's no voice. Um, in a way, I think that, for example, rappers again or lyricists from rock, pop, etc., they can say what they want with words, which is helps in a way to get the message across. We as that do piano music, we do instrumental music. But that music can be uplifting or it can be melancholy, you know? It still has intention and purpose and feeling behind it. What was the question? Sorry.
No, I was just wondering, like, if you're writing music, like, do you
Mhm,
put in your own emotions and um, moods, or, do you put your own emotions in your music? And then, because you mentioned that you now write with the intention to help the listeners as well. But I,
mhm,
I think if I hear your music and if I see like the titles of your tracks, and
mhm.
also how your copy on Instagram is like, not almost, but poetic, I would say. Like, there is a lot of reflection and personal emotion in there as well, I
Mhm.
think. I don't know how that
Oh
feels for
yes,
you.
for
Yeah.
sure, yes. My music speaks who I am, pretty much. So um, I think my music is a combination of everything that I went through put into piano, if I
Mm.
can sum it up in this way. And I can't separate myself and my music, you know, that thing of the artist and the art. Even if I tried to do something that doesn't speak to myself, it wouldn't feel right for me. So,
Yeah, that's beautiful. Um, I want to dive into a listening moment, so that people that are listening the whole time
mhm,
already to us chatting also have an idea what you actually create music wise.
mhm, okay.
So I would like to listen to The Essence of Souls, which is your latest release, as I saw it. Um, what do you think The Essence of Souls is, or what did you figure out while writing this piece that The Essence of Souls is for you?
For me, it can mean hope. It can mean that as a search to find yourself. Um, you know, when we listen to music, each person has its own interpretation. For myself, this song means growing and realizing that the world is so big and there's so many things to find out.
Cool. I'm not gonna add anything to that. Let's have a listen to Essence of Souls. Yeah. Essence of Souls. It was finished before you noticed. You were like in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah. It touches you when you listen back to it, or
I don't know. It's sometimes it's weird to listen to my own songs, and think to myself, I did this.
how does it make you feel when you realize that?
How does it make me feel? Fulfilled, uh, content. I think. Although I think the music that I want to make is nowhere near what I envision, because I don't. I only started to play piano like 4 or 5 years ago, and I need some kind of mentoring. I think, to be able to really express what I envision, but it makes me feel good.
Sounds like a very beautiful balance to me to still have something to work towards to, but at the same time be like maybe proud even or like happy with what you did so far and what you were able to express. Um, it sounds like a very healthy balance to me because I know a lot of people and faces myself where you can only see where you want to go, but you forget to reflect on what you actually already did
Hmm.
and be proud of yourself for what you put into something or were able to express, I guess.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Step by step, and I still, to this day, I'll give an example. Even if I work entire day on music, I still get to the end of the day and think to myself that I didn't do enough, and I don't want to go to sleep, but I need to sleep
Hmm.
because I'm human, and we need to sleep.
Yeah.
But I think it's a process of speaking to myself and say it's okay. To today you did enough. Just go day by day, step by step, and keep the consistency. I don't know how you feel about this. Do you feel the same?
Yeah, I think so, but it's something I gotta say that I personally can find quite difficult as well. Yeah. So I
Hmm.
don't know. Do you feel like it works for you to tell yourself that and then it's okay, or is that also a process for you that you like have to learn, or is it just a matter of accepting?
It's a matter of repeating 1,000 times. Look, it's okay.
Okay, good.
Today you worked 15 hours. Just rest.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm not alone in that. That's good to know. Yeah, it's repeating. Yeah. Yeah, and I think it sounds super cliche, but like mirroring back to yourself, like, okay, how would I, treat a friend who's saying like, oh, I'm so tired, but I feel like I didn't do enough? What would I say to
Hmm.
a close friend or like family if they clearly seem to be tired but frustrated because they feel like they need to do enough? Then I would be like, oh, how can I help? I would be gentle with them,
Mm,
so
yeah,
like seeing yourself also as a soul. How would you treat another soul, if they seem frustrated or unhappy or sad or whatever,
yeah,
or angry or frustrated? Like, I wouldn't like put oil on the fire to make them feel worse. So why would I, maybe do that with
do it
myself
to yourself.
unintentionally?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'm like, if I can see myself as also another soul like someone else, then I should also treat myself friendly. I know it doesn't always work like
Mhm.
that to me,
Yeah.
but it's one of these things that I try to remind myself of if there's
Mhm.
a period where it doesn't feel like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And sometimes that's the hardest part, doing it for ourselves and not for other people.
Yeah. 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 You mean also the creating that you don't create for the validation of someone else, or
Mhm. No, no, I mean, saying to ourselves, as you were saying, if it was the other person, you would comfort them.
yeah.
But speaking to yourself, it's harder than speaking to
Yeah.
someone else, I
Yeah.
think.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, you already said like your music really tells the story of who you are and what you experience. But you also have this series I saw on your socials, which is Through My Eyes, which also like shows basically how you see the world.
Mhm.
Um, and I think, yeah, what I saw from it, it's like personal experiences, also
Mhm.
combined with some, poetry or like storytelling or sharing of thoughts.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, you explore like a whole range of topics there, I feel. How did that like come into play, or what inspired you to like share those everyday things, basically?
It began. Um, I want to share my music, and I always liked the area of video and camera.
Mm,
And so I thought, I come from such a beautiful place. Let me try to show people the place where I come from, and try to again leave the intention of positive and nature, which connects with us. And so what I do is I pick either a topic, for example, rain, silence, can be anything abstract or something physical, and then I combine it with music that I composed. And I try to really show how I see the world through my eyes.
that's very cool. Yeah. And as said, like you really see the beauty of the photos and the videos as well. It's art on its own, I would say. Like if I see your profiles, I wouldn't say you're just a musician. Like I would say, oh yeah, also photographer, videographer.
Thank you,
And
thank
as
you.
said, like
Appreciate it.
the copy is like really poetic as well. Um, it almost feels like part of a like a journal session or something. Sometimes I don't know if it's something that comes from journaling or that you also do that in some way, or how does the what you want to tell,
Mm.
how does that come up?
Yeah, I think a few years from now, I will look back and be able to see how the journey, what happened in every step of the journey, and have it like documented, let's say.
Mm,
And for sure, I always wrote a lot of poems and kept them to myself. A lot of music that I write, I still keep to myself. And it's a process, I think, of letting go and journaling it through visuals and audio.
mm, that's cool. Do you feel like the visuals influence your music or the other way around, or is it like both influencing each other in some way?
Um, I think they can't be separated.
Mm,
I think music and art have been together for many, many years, and they complement each other.
it's cool. Did you feel that already when you shared your like your debut album, the To Me and You? I think that released in 24, right?
Yeah. No.
No, wasn't there yet.
um, that was an album that it was I made in in Madeira in Portugal.
Mm,
It was an it was still expressing who I am, but again in the side of feeling sorry for myself.
mm,
And throughout the middle of the album, there's some songs. There's a song called "Past What They Did to Me," which is really dark title. But
mhm.
then at the end, there's some hope in the album. Um, if that was already in the album, yes and no.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear that you feel like then the early days were more like sad or grieving
Hmm.
songs in some way, and that you feel like your more recent work is more like hopeful or
Hmm.
like a space to be or something. Yeah, yeah.
I want my music to be to inspire, not to say what I feel sad about. You know,
Mm, mm.
which if someone is sad and they need to get it out, they completely just do it. First, get it out
Yeah, yeah.
and go through that
Yeah,
process for sure, because then you
yeah,
won't be able to move on.
yeah,
But now I'm in a phase where I moved on and I
yeah.
can put it behind me and
So
do.
you don't want to create the setting now anymore, but you can accept that then it was like what you wanted or needed to do.
Yeah, for sure. Accept what you're feeling in the moment and don't hide from it. Accept it. If you're sad, okay, you're sad. Deal with it. in the moment, and then
Mm,
things will get better, I feel.
mm, mm. Do you feel like it was, um, because I feel your reaction now is a bit like, I don't want people to hear that I'm making sad music. So it feels a bit like you almost can look back on it now that it was an easy thing to do to share sadness. Or do you feel like it was also strong to be vulnerable and share that with others?
I think it takes a lot of strength to be vulnerable
Yeah.
and put these emotions into songs. And uh, I, I was always a person that I was afraid of saying to people that I want to do music. Even to my parents. Um, they asked me, "So, what do you want to do?" And I said, I don't know." But in the back of my mind, I knew that I want to do music. But expressing it to other people, it's part of the process as well.
Mm, yeah. Yeah. One of the things you wrote also was that the album meant the world to you because it opened the world to you.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
what is that then what you mean that it opened certain doors, but what doors did it open for you to create or also share maybe this album?
Uh, I think it was part of the process of I knew I wanted to leave my house, and I knew I wanted to leave these things behind, and I wanted to go out there and see the world for myself with my eyes, and putting it behind me. It
Mm,
helped me for sure. It opened so many things for me, and I met so many wonderful people that I wouldn't have met otherwise if I didn't face myself and did this album and put it behind me.
mm. It kind of sounds almost that you used the album to close one door and therefore you could open another one or
Yes,
something.
yes, yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure, yes. And it opened more than one door. It opened infinite doors now.
Wow. That sounds very good. Just by closing one, or was it multiple doors that you closed in the album for your feeling?
Maybe multiple doors.
Yeah. There's too
Yeah.
much load in that album to close just one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
beautiful that that can do that. Yeah. I also feel like if you now hear the question, you're really thinking about it and you also feel things or what?
Yes. I don't want to go back to those things now, but
No, of
I
course.
definitely won't forget won't forget the album and what it means to me. I'm really grateful that I did it. I'm really happy. I also like the songs. Speaking of the composition part,
Hmm.
because I was experimenting and finding new sounds and just doing whatever I wanted, so no care in the world. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I'm really curious also to dive a bit into like the creative process more and how you create, but I would love to listen to like the opening track of the album. I know it's a bit older, but you sent to us.
Okay.
Um yeah, I remember that you like in the album description you also wrote like a message to yourself that it's like a reminder to keep going and to keep an open heart and to also have hope in tomorrow. So I would say maybe everyone listening and we can just sit with that for a moment while we listen to it and then yeah, we move on.
Okay, perfect.
I hear the birds in there, and the
Mhm.
nature is already part there. Yeah.
This is MIDI. This is I created this, but it's not me playing. That's why it sounds so robotic and you know,
Mm-hmm.
every beat is on point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I remember doing this on my old computer and just going uh, note by note with with the mouse.
Yeah.
But the birds are real. I recorded the birds.
That's cool. I find it really interesting that since you said it's MIDI, and that it's like programmed, so to say, in
Mhm.
DAW, I find it very interesting and creative positioning in terms of timing, because you feel like, you have moments where you hold pauses, and you have, this not
Mhm.
standard repetition. Like you already think you're going into the next repeat of a section, but then actually there's this difference in rhythm, if you get what I mean, in the first loop. So for it being programmed, I find it a very creative and interesting timing, if that makes sense.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I created it on the piano, so I
Mm-hmm.
played it.
Mm.
But I couldn't keep the rhythm for so long, and I couldn't play it with both hands at the time because I didn't have the um, hand dexterity to do it,
Mm-hmm.
and so I just like, okay, let's just do MIDI.
You recorded them just one by one, and then you put them. Yeah, you played it like in real, but then to record it, you wanted it to be more accurate, or
I created it in the piano, but I wanted to play it myself,
yeah,
but I couldn't. I
yeah,
didn't have the dexterity to do it, so I just did MIDI.
yeah, yeah. I find those timings really interesting. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
When you are going into like composition or writing mode, what comes first for you? Is it like a melody? Is it like a certain mood or an emotion, or like how do you start with something new?
How do I start? I think I go to my favorite songs, and my music theory is not that much.
Mm-hmm.
So I know triads, I know seventh chords, ninth chords, I know some scales. What I do is I analyze. For example, Avril 14 by FX Twin. I love that song, and I sit and I study what is he doing here. It is a broken chord. Is it an arpeggio? Um, what chord progression is he using? And then I do this for all the songs that I like, and I try to kind of incorporate them in my own songs. So
Yeah.
I
So it's more
steal.
of like listening and feeling, and you steal.
Mhm. I steal.
Yeah.
Because I never had any classical training or anything like that. I never touched the piano. The first time I touched a piano, I was 23, maybe 24,
Mm,
maybe.
yeah.
So I'm not like one of those kids that started at age 4 and 5 and had all this classical training
Mm,
since a young age. So I try to do the best I can.
yeah. Did you ever feel like that was holding you back, or like, how do you say, it was like a challenge in you being able to share things and stuff? That you feel that you were in comparing mode with, like, oh, but I didn't play it my whole life, or I didn't have this training or whatever.
No and yes. No, yes, it made it more difficult to express what I want to play now,
Mm,
and but it helped me so much because it didn't shape me into a box. I
mm,
think I see a lot of composers that go through classical training in these academies and faculties that they lose their creativity. They have to follow strict rules. You know, and I feel like from one side I'm glad that I didn't go through it, but from other side I wish I had some of that theory behind it and exercises.
mm, yeah. So it's doing the best with what you have in terms of like
Yeah,
resources and what you can do with what you have and are now. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Uh, I also hear in also in your other songs, like the little organic sounds, like you hear, the pedal clicks and the
Mhm.
breathing of the sustain and things like that. You keep them in on purpose, like those
Yes, yes,
sounds.
that's yes, those mechanical sounds, I really like them because it reminds me of a real piano.
Mm.
So, I had this, I learned piano by my own on my room,
Mm.
because a friend borrowed me his piano, but it's one of these, MIDI plastic pianos, so it doesn't have a real touch of the keys, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And then, I tried to audition to in Madeira for a music, academy,
Mm-hmm.
just to have the experience. I know I wouldn't get in. Just
Yeah.
to have the experience, and it was the first time that I played a real grand piano,
Mm.
and I could barely play the keys because it's so different, the feeling, you know?
From like a keyboard. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and, but just hearing these acoustic sounds from a real piano sounds so authentic and genuine to me that I try
Mm.
to keep them in my recordings as much as I can.
Yeah. I find them beautiful always because it feels natural and also like, I don't know, intimate or something. Like someone just put like a microphone like right at
Yeah,
where you're
yeah,
playing or so. Yeah.
yeah, and then I get declined by curators, but that's another story.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, you have a very entertaining YouTube video about that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, different type of
Declined.
curators, but they also declined you.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It's a
but
fun thing if you're a musician.
but I don't care. I don't want my music. I don't want to make music and think, oh, if I make this sort of sounds, they will accept it more.
Yeah.
I don't want to be shaped by it.
It's a classic thing in music, right? Like that you see a certain sound is trending, and then people are experimenting a bit, and they,
Yeah,
get
yeah.
inspired by a certain sound, or a sound is trending, and they find it fun to create something in that direction. They do that. They
Mhm.
see it's a success. They lose creativity because they are just gonna repeat a pattern of trying
Yeah,
to recreate
for
that,
sure.
and then you lose like the excitement and like the joy in it yourself as well. I feel. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You're just trying to create something that someone else already did. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's best to keep it's best to keep your uniqueness and get declined a bit more.
Yeah. That's fine. Especially if you can laugh about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also feel sometimes the feedback, like if you're talking about being declined by curators on like getting on playlists or stuff, I don't know.
Mhm.
Maybe not everyone listening recognizes it, but you have these platforms like Submit Up and like those kind of
Yes.
things where you just send it to people in the hope that they will feature it on your playlist, and then you get feedback back as an artist. And sometimes it's so
Mhm.
irrelevant and you feel the copy paste behind it,
Yes. Oh,
and
yes.
sometimes you feel like, you know something about music, what are you saying? Like
Oh, yes.
yeah, yeah,
And I only discovered this world a few months ago of curating and playlists. And so sometimes hearing some feedbacks that says, for example, "Oh, I just don't feel it. Sorry."
yeah. Oh,
Um,
yeah, yeah, fair
but
enough.
of Yeah, fair enough.
Tastes differ, but it's not very helpful.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
of course, at the end of the day, taste in music is subjective to each person, so I
yeah,
respect it. I make these videos pure out of trying to make things not so serious and trying to
yeah,
be able to laugh at my own expense, I guess.
yeah, yeah. It's also better to laugh about it, and I don't know, sometimes there's positive, like there's not positive per se, but constructive feedback in it, like if it's about
Yeah,
technical
yeah,
things and you can learn from it. But yeah, I
for
always
sure.
find it with those things, I find it very difficult if people say it is, like if they rate it as not good because it's a subjective thing, if you get what it means. Like
Hmm.
for on technical things or on a mix or a mastering technique or whatever, you can say like, hey, you could try to do this and this a bit different and
Yeah,
it
yeah,
will sound better. But saying this is not good because this is not what, if it's about creativity, what happened to creative freedom? There's a taste and then there
yeah,
is
for
technical
sure.
skills that you can learn, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I I I,
Especially if
I
you make music that's feeling based rather than technical based. Yeah.
yeah. Uh, I'm thinking of doing a part two of these types of videos.
Yeah.
Um, but I really appreciate the people that give me constructive feedback. That say, okay, it's good, but you could do the mixing in this part and this part could be better, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah. That's good if you can see that. Yeah. I
Hmm.
think can only help you. Yeah. And otherwise you can laugh about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm curious. Like you heard the birds in this song in the first album, so it clearly like influenced your album there. You still
Uh-huh.
see it, as I said earlier, on all your socials. Is it still also influencing your music in some way, like with the recent releases?
You mean the recording of nature sounds?
Yeah, maybe the recording of nature sounds, or maybe that you're going into nature to have it like, how do you say it? Like influence or inspire you for a song, or in what way does nature play a role in your music creation itself, so to say?
Oh, 100%. It reconnects me with myself, with my soul. Just being outside and just laying on a park in a quiet afternoon and just not listening to people talk or noises and just being there. It's everything. It feels so peaceful and calm and calmful. And it's something that a couple years ago I would never see myself say things like this. I would say, "What are you saying?" But now, yes, I appreciate it.
Sounds really. I'm so curious. Like, what moment did you decide to open up for that? Like, to see or feel that?
It's a combination of things I see growing up and the relationships around me. In this moment, I don't feel comfortable speaking about it. Um, Out of respect for people, but I think somewhere in the future, if I get the opportunity to speak about it, I will.
I'm curious since you mentioned that like nature has such an important role in your music,
Uh-huh.
whether it's like, you know, feeling like connecting with your soul or grounding, or, it's such an important part for you as personally, but also in your art. I'm curious, do you have like a tip or something that everyone can do to like protect the planet and its natural world, and to have a little bit of a smaller footprint, something that everyone or almost everyone could do?
Hmm. Um, Something that I did started doing, which is really impactful if everyone does it, is not buying plastic bottles. Just for drinking, just buy a glass bottle or copper or metal. So reduce plastic when you go to supermarket. Don't buy plastic bags. Buy these polyester nylon bags. To put
Mm.
fruits and
Yeah.
these things. Shower less time. Be more fast.
Yeah.
Save
Yeah.
water because we really do have to protect this planet. And we sometimes may think, oh, I'm just one person. What difference will it make? But 10 billion people thought the same. What difference will I make? And then it really makes a difference. You can really have an impact on this world.
Mm. That's beautiful. Yeah. I agree. Can't agree more. Yeah. It is also in the little things, and I think a lot of people doing little things is, yeah,
Hmm. Yeah.
definitely having an impact. Yeah. Although I also think the big polluters, so to say, should also, I don't know if they're gonna take responsibility themselves if they have like, I don't know, bigger profits or something at the center of everything they do. But then it's like the responsibility of like governments and stuff to step up and say, hey, our population, the people living in this country, have a right to healthy air, have a right to clean, healthy drinking water, have a right
Hmm.
to, food that doesn't poison them, things like that. And yeah, I think then they should tax like the people that pollute the most as well, because how do you
Yeah, yeah,
get
for sure.
subsidized for polluting? Yeah, that's like, yeah, I agree
Hmm.
with that as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And it's our responsibility as citizens to speak to our governments,
yeah,
um, to see what kind of laws are they passing, and what kind
mm,
of things are they applying. And we have the responsibility to protect this planet and to
yeah,
speak up. And we have to use our voice to do it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because if the companies are not changing and the government isn't
Yeah.
doing enough, stepping up as like the people self will show the government that they can't go on, you mean? And then you also use your voice. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, for sure. And I think, and unfortunately, we tend to turn against each other a lot. Um, and we are distracted by so many entertainment and futile things that we kind of miss out on the power that we have personally, and each one of us really. But I think there's really good people in this world still trying to make
yeah,
a good change.
yeah. I 100% believe that. Like, I think the foundation of most people actually is good. And there's indeed what you say. I agree 100%. There's a lot of distractions from the things that really matter. Yeah, there is an old saying, right? Like divide and conquer. And if you can get people to, you know, be distracted about
Yes,
other
yes.
things that are like seemingly important or make people feel like vulnerable or in danger or something, they are
Hmm.
getting protective and they are getting aggressive. And I think we shouldn't let each other, we shouldn't let ourselves be driven to, you know, hate
Hmm.
or look bad on others, because if we do that, then we're lost, I think.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Uh,
And it's really, I'm really appreciate the work that you are doing as well with
Thank
this
you.
project.
Uh,
When did you started it?
I think it started shaping a bit in 2023. Yeah. I think in January 23. Yeah. So it's 3 years in January that it's like trying to shape, but it's shaping quite organically, because originally it started as a name of an album that I wanted to do myself, and then it turned
Really?
into, yeah, and then it turned into, or at least the name Aliens Love Earth, and then the idea was to make an album and contribute everything that it would generate um to like ecosystem restoration, and then it turned into like a podcast where I would just share my favorite music and stuff, and then hoping to generate income at some point and do that into ecosystem restoration. And then I figured like I don't want to make this about me, because there are so many people out there with way more interesting stories, or at least, interesting stories. There's so much good music, and it just shaped organically over the years. I think it combined with like my work. I've worked as like a digital marketer for artists and record labels over the past years. So I think those things came together a bit, because I
Hmm.
was handy with digital and promotion and social media. And I think then it came in that I also just wanted to do more for like the planet. I became more and
Hmm.
more aware of, I don't know, the state, or worried about the state it's in. Um,
That's
so it
amazing.
developed a bit. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you
It's
so
amazing.
much. Yeah. It's because of like you and other people like you that, are willing to help with the project, and like, take some time to be a guest and things like that, it's growing in a direction that I could never dream of about. And yeah, I'm super content that, there's so many people that are, I'm seeing more and more artists that have a big heart for the planet, and that does me well as well. So yeah, and honestly, like all these talks are super interesting, and you learn so much from each other. Yeah, I can
Yeah, for
learn so
sure.
much from
Yeah,
everyone coming up here. So
that's amazing. And
100%.
we
Yeah,
really come together and
yeah,
do something.
yeah. Yeah, I think that is the direction it's going, and I think I already saw it with some previous guests that I had. that then are also like connecting on social media. You know, that they're sending messages and supporting each other in the comments and
Mm-hmm.
stuff because they both saw, you know, an episode coming by and things like that. Yeah, I never dreamt of something like that
Ah.
starting to shape. It's like beautiful to see um, so many people with like a great soul and that want to do good to other people and, you know, the world. And yeah, a lot of conscious musicians out there, and that does me well. Yeah, coming also
Oh,
from like a
yeah.
mainstream. Yeah, I also worked a lot in mainstream music industry, and then you see like a very big difference. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
So
yeah,
so so you also had this huge shift in
yeah, yeah,
perspective.
yeah. Yeah, I think I'm like quite continuously shifting, but it's a process that's like never stopping, I feel. Um, but I'm very grateful to be in that. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
And I
amazing.
also recognize what you say with like dark times sometimes are really not fun, but I feel like I'm also, and I mean that, I'm genuinely thankful for the dark times because without them, I would not, you know, feel the things I am able to feel now. I would not
Mhm.
be
Yeah.
able to connect with people the way I can connect now. So yeah, it's a hate love relationship with those periods, but I'm genuinely grateful for having them. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm. That's amazing.
yeah,
I'm really happy for you.
yeah. Thanks. Yeah, same for you. Yeah, hundred
Thank you.
percent.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. To close it off with like a little reflection, then, if someone is just discovering you and your music like today for the very first time ever, what do you hope they will feel when they listen to it or when they listen to the songs or to your music?
I hope they can listen to my music and find peace and comfort, and that at the end of the day, it can help them go through whatever situations they're going through. Because I think that's what music made to me. Um, I always took kind of a refugee in music, and it helped me so much uh, to deal with feelings and growing up. And now I feel like I want to do the same thing for other people that other people did for me. That's
Beautiful.
that's it.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah. For anyone listening, if you want to like support Kaminata or like listen to his music, support his creative career, then you can check the work on Bandcamp. I'll make sure to put a link to the Bandcamp in the description wherever you're watching or listening. Yeah, and also if you enjoyed the talk, then please subscribe or follow wherever you're watching or listening because we restore 1 square meter of ecosystem for every new follower. So it's literally one click and then you will help heal the earth. It's that easy. Um, yeah, and Joao, I want to thank you so much, genuinely, for the talk, for opening up and sharing, and yeah, giving us an insight in your creative world. It, really, really means a lot. Makes me very happy to have had these talks. Um, I want to listen to one more song after we say goodbye, which is
Mhm.
"A Flower Needs Time to Bloom." I think it's yeah, it also reminded me when you were saying that it's, you know, just a few years that you discovered this new direction. Um, is that like connected to the title for you? That it feels like in the last years you feel like you connect to nature, you feel like you found a new way
Mhm.
with your music, things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. A flower needs time to bloom. It could be the same title as a person needs time to grow. For sure, it's a personal reflection of myself, and I hope that people can understand that everything takes its time, and it's okay to just take it slow and take it at your pace. This is not a race. We're not going anywhere. There's no finish line. There's time. If you're alive in this life, you still have time. That's the message that I want to pass, pretty much.
Beautiful. All right. Then I want to thank you once more. Thank you so much. And yeah, we're going to have a listen to A Flower Needs Time to Bloom after we say goodbye. But yeah, I want to thank you for the time.
Likewise, thank you so much for having me. It was really nice to have this conversation. It felt like 5 minutes, but it's
Yeah.
been like 1 hour.
Yeah, we're an hour and 10 minutes. So Yeah,
Yeah.
it's easy when time flies when you have a good chat, I feel. Yeah.
Yeah. It was good to get to know you a bit more. Thank you for inviting me and for
Likewise.
having me. And I wish you all the success. And I hope this mission that you're carrying now can reach out to a lot more people in the future. And thank you so
Thank you
much
so
for
much.
doing it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being part of it and making time for it as well. Yeah. Thank
Thank you.
you, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.